Right now on social media, people are showing you this chart. They're saying Bitcoin is crashing, the ETF was the top, sell your bags, get out of the market, have fear, be scared. This is what people are talking about right now. But what they're not showing you is this chart, the bigger picture. If you zoom out, Bitcoin is in a parabolic trend. And I know a lot of people think the word parabolic is some sort of hype word that just gets thrown around, but this is the technical term for what Bitcoin is doing right now. These are exponential higher lows. And I think it's very important for all of us to start becoming a little more contrarian while we are this early in the cycle. And what I mean is the halving has not even taken place. And every dip in Bitcoin history that took place before a halving was a buy. Those were the lowest levels ever for Bitcoin. And while everybody is zoomed in on the small time frames here, Bitcoin is just sitting pretty inside of this nice parabolic trend. An exponential higher low could be coming in right here. The way that the market psychology works in an uptrend is that when the crowd gets bearish, like right here, when we're on a dip, that is a bullish signal. Every dip this year where people got bearish, those were bullish signals. And I don't think that this is any different. We are currently experiencing fear and FUD in a major uptrend. This should be a contrarian signal, a bullish contrarian signal. The same thing goes for bear markets. When the crowd gets really bullish on a pump inside of a major downtrend, those are bearish signals. Bitcoin is currently inside of a classic expansion phase, a contraction phase followed by an expansion phase, followed by a contraction phase, and now the next halving is coming, an expansion phase. And so generally I am maintaining a bullish bias. The S&P 500 above all-time highs precedes all Bitcoin all-time highs. It is one of the requirements in past bull markets, and now we have it. So as long as the S&P is sticking around that all-time high level, I'm gonna remain bullish on Bitcoin here, following the trend, because the trend is still our friend. Now, this parabolic trend line is not set in stone because we have not put in the low yet. And especially here on linear scale, even lower levels would still allow us to maintain this parabola. I'm just placing it here because, well, we don't know where the low is. I'm just putting it closer to where the current price is right here. Important to note, you can't use your fibs until there is a confirmed low. Like this is a confirmed top, so you can fib from there, but we have to confirm this low. This is sort of a preemptive, premature fib. But if this is the low, if we bottom somewhere around here, the next target is going to be coming in at about 55,600. And a lot of people probably think that that sounds crazy, but when you're in a parabola, the trend is exponential. The curvature is getting more intense, and that could easily be our next point, possibly even bringing us technically up to the all-time high around the time of the halving, if we follow this parabolic trend line. If we break this parabola, then we have to be aiming for our trend line. So let's say Bitcoin fails this parabolic trend line. Just remove the fibs here. If Bitcoin fails the parabolic sort of curvature, well, then we would actually be looking to test about 33,000. Roughly somewhere just above 33,000 would become the target before maybe rallying into the halving. So if Bitcoin does continue the bearish price action, I'd be targeting the low 33,000 range for our next support bounce right along our linear uptrend line. And then giving us a nice rally going into the halving likely providing the market with a lot of demand. Likely we go up after the halving as usual. And technically we have a lot of room. Like I was saying, this parabola is not sort of set in stone. We could bounce here, we could bounce a little lower, somewhere here. But if we don't catch a low soon, then I would be looking for something like the low 30s. 33,000. But for now, I'm maintaining a bullish bias, and I think that we're going to be finding a lot of demand here before the halving. So I think there's a high probability of us catching an exponential higher low, aka a parabolic higher low, and looking for quick upside. As this parabola steepens, the price action usually becomes a little bit quicker on the pumps. So it is important, I think, to remain contrarian, to look at the crowd, and when the crowd's getting bearish during an uptrend, that is usually a buy signal. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Smash the like if you did. Subscribe to this channel if you're new. Be sure to check out all the links below. Sign up for Kraken Pro. And also there are still some slots left for my Patreon. Be sure to click that link and join now. You get extra content, see what altcoins we're buying, and I'll see you all in the next video.